Hello everyone. In this video we are going to study reflection of light. Reflection is when light ray falls on an object and changes its direction and turns back. Consider this ball to be a light ray, and this ball when bounces on the surface it deflects on the other side. Hello everyone, welcome to Oda's Academy YouTube channel. This video is useful for students who are pursuing their secondary education and science loving people. In this video, we are going to learn about what an incident ray is, what an reflected ray is, what is normal to the surface, laws of reflection, and regular and irregular type of reflection. Light traveling from the source strikes on the surface and bounces back in other direction. This is called as reflection of light from that surface. In the ray diagram, the left incoming ray is called as incident ray, where ray AO is incident ray, and the one which after striking returns in the same medium is called as reflected ray. Here ray OB is the reflected ray, and the central line which is perpendicular to the surface is called as normal line. ON, here it is normal. The point where incident ray strikes the surface is called as point of incidence. Point O is the point of incidence here. The angle made by the incident ray with the normal is called as angle of incidence. Here angle AON is the angle of incidence, and angle made by the reflected ray with the normal is called as angle of reflection. So you can see here angle A, O and N is angle of incidence, and angle BON is angle of reflection. These both angles are measured with respect to the normal. Now next we are going to understand what are the laws of reflection. There are three laws of reflection. The first law of reflection is angle of incidence equals to the angle of reflection. So in our case, our angle AON equals angle BON, or simply we can say that angle I equals to angle R. We can say angle I equals to angle R. Now second law of reflection is the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal lie on the same plane. So you can see this is the reflecting surface, this blue one is the reflecting surface, and our incident ray, our reflected ray and the normal, all three are on the top of the surface. So this is called as they lie on the same side of the plane, or on the same plane we can call it as. Next, the third law of reflection of light is the incident ray, the reflected ray are on the opposite sides of the normal. So as you can see, ray AO and ray OB are separated by a straight vertical line which is normal, and they both are on the either sides of the normal. This is the basic diagram of reflection of light, where incident ray is on the left side of the normal, reflected ray is on the right side of the normal, angle I is incidence angle or angle of incidence, and angle R is angle of reflection or reflected angle. Next, we are going to understand reflection from plane or smooth surface. The reflection of light from the smooth surface is called as regular reflection. In this case, the incident ray are parallel to each other, and after reflection, the reflected ray are also parallel to each other. So here you can clearly see the orange rays, which are incident ray, are parallel to each other, whereas the green, the light green rays are also parallel to each other. So this is only because that our surface is plane surface, or we can call it as smooth surface. So on smooth surface, on plane surface, we get regular reflection. So in this case, we can, in terms of angles, we can call it as angle I1 equals to angle I2 equals to angle I3. Similarly, R1 equals to R2 equals to R3. Here our angle of incidence is going to be equal to angle of reflection because of the laws of reflection. Next, reflection from rough or uneven surface. Reflection of light from the rough surface is called as irregular reflection. In this case, the incident ray are parallel to each other, but the angle of incidence of first ray may not be equal to angle of incidence of second ray. It also may not be equal to the angle of incidence of the third ray, and so on. Similarly, we can say that the angle of reflection of the first ray may not be equal to the angle of reflection of the second ray, may not be equal to the angle of reflection of third ray, and so on. So here, in this case, I1 is not equal to I2, is not equal to I3, is not equal to R1, is not equal to R2, is not equal to R3. But if we consider a single incident ray of I1 and R1, then our angle of incidence I1 is going to be equal to angle of reflection R1. Similarly, our angle of incidence I2 is going to be equal to angle R2. Similarly, angle of incidence I3 is going to be equal to angle of reflection R3. The reflection of reflected light is applied in making of periscope, where light ray entering from one end of the pipe undergoes multiple reflection of reflected ray and escapes from the other end of the pipe. So in the diagram, you can see there is a pipe, there is a zigzag pipe in which there are two mirrors. This is light blue is one mirror, another one is this second one is light blue is second mirror, which are held at an angle of 45 degree. Next, light ray is entering from the top part. It strikes the first mirror and it gets reflected. Now the second reflected light gets reflected again by the second mirror, and we can see the image on the other side. So this type of instrument is used mostly in submarines, where the complete submarine is immersed inside the water, only the periscope is out of the water. This was about reflection of light in this video. Hope you all like it. Please do like, share and comment on this video, and do not forget to subscribe to Araz Academy and click on the notification bell to get regular updates of the upcoming video. Thank you.